Welcome to our YouTube channel dedicated to exploring the latest insights and opportunities in the world of finance and investments, with a special focus on currency revaluation, gold and silver investments, cryptocurrency, and make money online opportunities, and more. If you're interested in staying up to date on the latest developments in currency revaluation, particularly the Iraqi Dinar and other currencies, best to subscribe to this channel. Please note that the content on this YouTube channel is for informational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. We are not licensed financial advisors, and the opinions expressed on this channel are based on our own research and personal experience. We strongly recommend that you do your own research and consult with a licensed financial advisor. Also, just before we go any further, this channel has a weekly giveaway of 100 Dogecoin. To enter, all you have to do is be subscribed to this channel, like this video, and watch this video until the end, because if you don't, you will be automatically disqualified from the giveaway. We will be sharing the random hashtag keyword daily somewhere in the video, and then comment hashtag the keyword with no spaces in between in the comment section. Good luck! Now let's proceed with the latest Iraqi Dinar news and intel today. Please take these pieces of information with a grain of salt, and please make sure to do your own due diligence. Alright, something's definitely shifting, and not in an obvious way. Lately, the tone out of Iraq feels different. Not louder, but more focused. Like they've stopped explaining and started executing. And today's updates, they've got me leaning in. There's buzz about a certain financial heavyweight being tied to Iraq's next move, and let's just say, if that pans out, it's game-changing. Plus, we've got some really curious movement from the Iraqi government and central bank that feels way too calculated to ignore. You can almost feel it like we're in the final chapters of a long story. But what's next? I'll walk you through it all, and then stick around because I've got some thoughts of my own that I think you're really going to want to hear. Let's get into the updates. From Intel Guru Bruce via Wiser Now, we have heard two different time frames, both to the Backwall of Monday the 28th of July, this coming Monday. However, one piece of intel from a fair strong source is saying Wednesday, Thursday for notifications and exchanges. Another good source is saying Thursday, Friday. I think we're looking pretty good for you guys to get notifications and exchange starting Thursday the 24th. We do believe the RV is going to take place here in the next couple days. I'm excited. From Intel Newshound Guru Mark Z via PDK, my gut says we are almost done, so many of my sources are now looking at the week of the 28th. I am hopeful and trying not to get too excited. From Newshound Guru Claire, article, Government Advisor, 4 reasons behind the decline of the parallel dollar against the strength of the dinar. Quote, the Prime Minister's financial advisor, Majar Mohammed Salah, pointed out the parallel exchange rate's creep towards the official rate are due to 4 main reasons. The complete legal prohibition on the dollarization of domestic transactions, the end of the central bank's window since the beginning of this year, the entry of small importers into the official financing network. From Intel Guru Frank 26 Iraq Boots on the Ground report. From Firefly, the television is showing they're putting 68 Delarue machines in Basra and Mosul. These are supposed to be able to count and sort and pick up counterfeit. This will help the efficiency of our monetary reform and also control those banks that are still against the monetary reform. From Frank, in my opinion, these machines have the same software that the ATMs have in order to recognize the new monetary future of Iraq. From Newshound Intel Guru Walking Stick, an article is saying that on a daily basis they are moving at least 30 pips, fractional movements per day of their exchange rate, to close the gap between the dollar and the IQD to reach a 1-to-1 that would put them in a position to float internationally in a basket for the RER. From Newshound Guru Militiaman, the Development Road project is probably going to win the day because they've already invested billions of dollars to get this going. From Newshound Guru Claire, article, Kurdistan Finance announces receipt of salaries of the region's employees for the month of May. From Intel's Newshound Guru Mark Z via PDK, the rate has not changed yet. The official rate is still around 1,300 to 1 USD. Most of my sources still believe the rate will be around $3.80 to $4. We will see. From Intel Guru Frank 26, it used to be the Iraqi Dinar reform was in the hands of the Iranian politicians, and that made me sick to my stomach. The gap between the market rate. From Newshound/Intel Guru FNULNU article. The Iraqi cabinet, headed by Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani, held an emergency session on Thursday and issued a series of binding decisions regarding oil production and financial coordination with the Kurdistan Regional Government, KRG. The HCL gets a few inches closer to the finish line. Positive news for us, as many believe the HCL is some sort of linchpin for the RV. Personally, I do not subscribe to such a conflation. From Newshound Guru Sandy Ingram, if BlackRock were to publicly support or encourage Iraq to revalue its currency, the Iraqi Dinar, it could have some pretty significant ripple effects. While BlackRock itself doesn't have any formal authority over a sovereign nation's currency policy, its global influence as the world's largest asset manager, $11 trillion, means such a statement would carry enormous weight in financial markets. Markets would likely interpret BlackRock's position as a signal that Iraq's economy is stabilizing or that major investors expect future growth. This could spark a surge in demand for the dinar, especially among speculative investors who are hoping to profit from a revaluation. If BlackRock backed a dinar revaluation, it wouldn't directly cause it, but it would likely accelerate the conversation, impact global investor sentiment, and put political and economic pressure on Baghdad to act. Before ending with the last updates, the hashtag keyword for the 100 Dogecoin giveaway is emergency. Comment below if you think we are close to the revaluation or the reinstatement of the dinar. You can be the lucky winner if you like, subscribe, and watch the main content of this video. This will be for this coming Sunday's giveaway, and the winner will be announced in one of the Sunday's videos, so you do not want to miss it. From Newshound/Intel Guru Walking Stick, Iraqi banking friend Aki update. From Walking Stick. Question: do you have the new exchange rate? From Aki: no, I don't see the new exchange rate yet, but my boss has it in Iraq. I will receive it when it's time for me to get it. From Walking Stick: they're talking an awful lot about the exchange rate. From Aki: yes, we talk about it a lot here too. We believe, in my opinion, it may come out between $2 and $3. From Newshound Guru Claire article: Iraq is approaching Trump's table and is no longer in the hands of the U.S. Undersecretary of State. Quote, an Iraqi expert said that the U.S. Secretary of State's call today with Prime Minister Mohammed al-Sudani regarding the popular mobilization forces and Kurdistan salaries indicates that Iraq is no longer a secondary issue in the hands of the deputy minister or a lower-level official. It is likely to become a clear priority for President Trump himself, following changes affecting the region's economy, oil, and security. And finally, the last update is from Intel Guru Frank 26. All of the bank stories have evolved from the very beginning of last year. It's a scam. They've evolved to the point of being devastatingly good. Reply to bank story with Chase. They treated you with respect. They didn't say it was a scam. They told you they're getting ready. They don't know when. It's no secret. Everybody knows. It's all over the place. Before I dive into my final thoughts, if you've been getting value from these breakdowns, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel. It seriously helps me continue to bring you content like this, digging through the noise, verifying the facts, and giving you a grounded perspective on what's really happening with Iraq and the dinar. Your support keeps this channel going, so thank you in advance. Now let's get into it. All right, we've just unpacked all the major updates, and if you've been following this journey closely, you can probably feel the tempo shifting. So let's talk about what all this really means in plain terms. Here's my take. There's one update this week that quietly stole the show, and that's the intel from Walking Stick. If true, Iraq is adjusting the exchange rate by 30 pips a day to slowly close the gap between the dinar and the dollar. Now that might sound like a tiny number, but this isn't random. That's a classic crawling peg strategy, something countries like Egypt used right before major currency moves. It signals a highly controlled technical progression. And if they're doing this daily, it could mean they've already begun the early phase of their rate transition without making it public yet. That's not just exciting, that's methodical monetary engineering. And then you've got Claire's update, quoting none other than the Prime Minister's own financial advisor. Iraq is not just talking about de-dollarization. They're putting the hammer down, banning USD in local transactions, closing the CBI's auction window, forcing small importers into the official financing network. Why? Because they are actively collapsing the parallel market rate, and that's the one obstacle that's haunted them for over a decade. The fact that Iraq is finally talking openly about this and doing it successfully is a dead giveaway that something big is on the horizon. And don't sleep on Militia Man's update about the Development Road Project either. That's not just an infrastructure headline. Iraq has already poured billions into a trade route that will connect Asia to Europe. You don't build an economic superhighway with a third world currency. This signals intent. Iraq is preparing to transact, to export, to integrate, and that means they need a recognized, trusted exchange rate that plays on the international stage. Now here's where it gets even more real. FNU-LNU. Yes, the same one often critical of RV hype just gave us a solid piece of news this time. His update on the hydrocarbon law, HCL, shows that Baghdad and the Kurdistan regional government are finally coordinating oil production and financial planning. That's not just political housekeeping, that's massive for investor confidence. While I agree HCL may not be the technical trigger for an RV, it's absolutely one of the strongest indicators that Iraq is getting its house in order at the highest level. It lays the foundation of trust, both inside the country and with the outside world. Now, let's address the buzz. July 28th, a date that's lit up the chat rooms, social media posts, and other community platforms. Bruce says notifications could come any day. Marxie's gut says we're almost done. Could this be it? Possibly. But here's my advice. Stay calm and ready. These dates come and go, but the deeper signs, PIP movements, black market collapse, political alignment, global infrastructure investment, those are the real indicators. And right now, those signs are stronger than ever. So, in my opinion, if Iraq continues at this pace, we may not be looking at someday. We may be looking at a matter of months, not years, maybe even weeks. Either way, the pieces are falling into place, and the picture is starting to look like revaluation isn't just probable, it's becoming inevitable. That's my final take. Now I want to hear yours. Let me know in the comments. That's all for the latest updates on the Iraq dinar. What are your thoughts of all the articles or news coming from Iraq and opinions from these intel providers? Furthermore, we posted a breaking analysis the other day. Iraq just made a major move toward joining the World Trade Organization by completing comprehensive technical responses, an essential step that signals a shift toward full international integration. While this might seem like a routine headline, it's actually one of the strongest signs that Iraq could be preparing to move off the program rate and take the dinar global. In this video, I broke down how this development ties directly into the RVRI process, how it connects with IMF Article 8 compliance, and why this moment could indicate the beginning of the end for the 1300 rate. If you've been watching for the clues and waiting for confirmation that Iraq is ready, this is the update you don't want to overlook. Most people will miss the significance until it's too late. Lastly, we will continue to post videos about the recent events and articles supporting the changes taking place in Iraq, so you don't want to miss them. Also, don't forget, please drop a comment below with hashtag and the keyword and let us know what you think. If you like this content and like to support this channel, please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you get notified when new videos are uploaded. See you on the next one.